77.
House of the Rising Donut.
Yes! Oh.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. And here's the money. And, oh, go. Thank you.
Wait, I need $2 more.
Oh, no, you can keep the change. That's totally fine.
John, I think you owe that kid some money.
Oh, no, he'll be fine. Oh.
Ooh. What are these?
Get your own congratulatory donuts.
Congratulatory what?
Congratulatory donuts. You know, because I finished eating right.
You finished eating right.
Yeah. You remember? I made a New Year's resolution, and I wanted to start eating right, so I started eating right, and then I finished eating right, and now I'm celebrating. It's so good.
Yeah. I don't think that's how it works.
I want my $2.
I'll put it on my tab. Oh.
All I can say is impressive.
Thank you. It does feel good to accomplish something, you know, see it through to the end.
I just can't believe you didn't save one for me.
Hey, you want a donut? You need to finish your New Year's resolution, all right?
Yeah, about that. I'm pretty sure that eating right is not something that you just finish.
What? That can't be right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where the right in eating right comes from. It's someone who knows stuff. Mr. Good Food!
Lawson!
Mr. Good Food, why don't you tell the people who you are and what you know?
Well, I'm Mr. Good Food, and I'm an expert on eating right.
Wait. Why do I need an expert on eating right? I already told you I finished eating right.
Well, John, eating right is a lifestyle, and it's something you should strive to do every day.
And now, what do you do with all this knowledge?
So I go to schools and communities, and I teach people why it's important to get into the habit of healthy eating. Our bodies are machines, and by putting good things into them, they're more likely to work the way they're supposed to.
Are you saying I can never eat another donut ever again?
Of course you can have a donut.
What about 2 dozen?
Maybe not all at once.
So, how long does one have to eat right before they're finished eating right?
Well, I don't think we ever finish eating right. Like we never finish learning, or we never finish having good dental hygiene. It's just one of those things we do for our whole life.
Great. I picked an impossible New Year's resolution.
Maybe, but it'll be worth it.
Anyways, thanks, Mr. Good Food. It's always a pleasure.
Anytime.
But next time, put on some clothes. Speaking of eating right, it's time to play a little game called Feet Right. The game is simple. We have to make a peanut butter sandwich and take a bite of it. The first to do so wins.
I'm guessing that's not all to this game.
Oh, you are correct, sir. Because this is a hands-off game, meaning we have to use our little piggies to make the sandwich.
I'm never allowing you to come up with the games ever again.
I know. All right, are you ready? On your mark, get set, go.
I can't even pick up the knife.
Here, look at that. I'm gonna hold it properly.
I'm going to use the European technique.
Okay, there you go. And then,
No, I dropped it.
look at that. And I'm picking a.
I literally dropped it on the ground. I can't. Wait, here we go.
That's all right. You made a mistake of
Okay.
clipping your nails.
Here we go. No, just wait for it. Slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady. Oh, I got it on my foot. Oh, I got it on my foot. Oh, and that's really not. Look at that. That's disgusting.
Come on.
Look at that.
Get out of there. There's some
no,
jelly.
I broke my bread.
No, I spilled it.
Okay, I'm gonna have a deconstructed.
Right now we're having. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Watch
Get out there,
this.
get out there, get out
Look
there.
at that. Oh, look at all that jelly.
No. Oh no. Oh,
And
gosh.
I even put the bowl up.
I feel like I
right,
just put
too.
my foot in a brain. Okay, here we go.
Did you touch it?
I did. Oh no, yeah, forget it. Look at this.
Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
just
Yeah. Come on, gravity, do your thing. No, you can't use your feet. That's your hands.
Here we go. I'm gonna balance it.
No. I'm doing so well. You done?
I
was so close. Oh.
Remind me to clean my feet before the game next time.
Bible story time with Kellen.
That was so nasty. Was there a point to all that?
I would like to think so, but probably not. So, do you have something that might get us back on track? Like from the Bible?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I do. So go do whatever it is you need to do and stop Jon from doing whatever it is he's doing.
Nothing. Huh?
Okay, so today's Bible story is about an event that actually happened with Jesus and his disciples. The story is sometimes called the widow's offering or the widow's mite. You may be wondering, what in the world is a widow's mite? Well, you're not alone, because it's a term that we don't use anymore. A mite is, wait a minute, why am I telling you this? Why don't we have a professional do it? Sari, I have a question.
How can I help you?
Well, I'm telling the story of the widow's mite and was hoping you could explain exactly what a mite is.
Of course. Here we go. The mite was the smallest copper or bronze coin during the time of Jesus. Its value was about 1/4 of a cent, which in today's terms means it would take 4 mites to equal the worth of a penny.
Wow, perfect. Thank you, Sari.
That's what I'm here for.
Now that we know what a mite is, it's time for me to tell you the story. And to help me with that are the So-and-So Show players on ice. As Jesus and his disciples sat at the temple, at the place where people brought their offerings, they began to watch the crowd putting their money into the offering boxes. Many rich people threw in large amounts. But a poor widow came and put in 2 copper mites. Seeing this, Jesus turned to his disciples and said, "What I'm about to tell you is true. That poor widow has put more into the offering box than all the others. They all gave a lot because they were rich, but she gave even though she was poor. She put in everything she had." The end. Jesus witnessed a widow giving a small amount of money as an offering. Big deal, right? I mean, others were giving large, extravagant offerings. What do 2 small, almost useless coins do? Well, the wealthy people were giving a lot of money, yes, but they still remained rich. The widow put in everything she had to live on. So, when you compare the sacrifice, it was a huge deal. The widow was putting all her trust and faith in God, not in her money. She was truly living for God. Back to you, Jon and Lawson.
Wow. Just think of how hard it would be to give God everything you had, to trust him with your whole life.
That's gotta take some practice.
Like Mr. Goodfood said, you can never be finished eating right, or brushing your teeth, or learning something new. Learning to live totally for God is something you never finish.
Yep, it's something you have to work at your whole life.
Amazing story. Thanks, Kellen.
You're welcome, guys. I'll see you later.
An amazing ice skating. At least, some of them were. Who knew the so-and-so players had that kind of talent?
Well, I think that story leads us perfectly into today's question.
Yes! Reveal the question!
How can you live for God?
Yeah.
The widow gave everything she had to show how much she trusted God. What's something you can do to show you trust him?
Being generous with what you have is one way. Loving others, trusting God with your fears and doubts.
Don't give him all the answers now.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
How can you live for God? Think about it, talk about it, then practice living it.
I still want my $2.
He's back.
Oh, I think maybe the right thing to do here would be to pay the kid what I owe him.
I think you're right.
Can you loan me $2?
What happened to the last $2 I gave you?
I'm saving them.
Don't say for donuts.
Loan me $2.
We'll see you guys next week on The So-and-So Show!
I know. We're like orbiting planets.
Cut. No, wait, we got this. Stay with us. We got it. We got it. Gotta believe. We got it. Gotta believe. We got it. There it is. We got it.